So, who else is confused about this whole emo black thought situation? Raise your hand. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, believe it or not, this is actually the third time I've recorded this video. First time, yeah, I thought I had all the information. I didn't. I recorded it almost immediately after hearing the news. I mean, not immediately because I was in class and it was like 11 a.m. on a Friday when this all happened. Like, why would you do something this dramatic that early? But whatever. I didn't have all the facts. I was basing everything off of one Twitter thread that has now been debunked. So, like, there's that. Second try at making this video. I had all the information, but there was a lot of misinformation being added last minute. We had a lot of fake accounts trying to, clout chase and trying to take advantage of the situation by claiming to be people that they were not. So that was a lot really misleading, and I included some of that in the second attempt at this video. And it was just like, you know what? We just need to do like a third try. Hopefully it's the next day. Hopefully nothing else comes out about this. So without further ado, here is all the facts of the emo black thought case. Okay, because I know some people are waking up and they're just like, what happened yesterday? Here's what happened. So, for some background context, emo black thought was a very popular influencer on Twitter. They interacted a lot with a lot of celebrities like Ariana Grande, Normani, Lil Nas X, Kehlani. They were close with Fenty Beauty. They were out here. They were big on skincare and self-care and black women's issues and queer issues and all this other stuff. So they were a pretty big part of Twitter, like Stan Twitter, Black Twitter, queer Twitter, like everything. They were part of all of it. And this happened for years. They were on here for years claiming to be a black woman. So, yesterday, Friday, October 11th, we find out that no, Emo Black Thought is not a woman. Emo Black Thought is a man. Now, Emo Black Thought was preparing to reveal themselves for a while now. I would say like this entire past summer, their tweets were very, anxious. There was like a manic energy to the account starting the summer, and it was all about how much Emo Black Thought wanted to reveal their identity, but they felt that something bad would happen if they did. And clearly, they were right to think that. But also, how they were considering just like ditching the account completely because it was just too much pressure on them to maintain both the account and their secret identity. But Emo Black Thought felt that they couldn't do that because they had so many followers that relied on them for mental health advice and to be like a soundboard to listen to their traumas and just all other sorts of issues that they were facing within their marginalized communities. So they felt some sort of guilt over just leaving all of those people. So over the summer, it was very clear that Emo Black Thought decided, okay, I need to just go ahead and reveal myself. Now, this decision was not super linear. Clearly, at some point, Emo Black Thought intended to lie. You see, Emo Black Thought told a lot of his mutuals that his name was Nicole. So there are still some people that think Nicole exists, but I firmly believe that there was never a Nicole. Nicole is not real. Nicole is a figment of the imagination. Okay, Nicole Nicole, y'all got catfished. Okay, Nicole isn't real. Because there are people really hanging on tightly to this Nicole theory, and Nicole does not exist. Okay, just getting that out there. Anyway, it seemed that in August, around August 13th, Emo Black Thot was intending to still hold on to the whole Nicole thing and just claim that Nicole, quotes, was going to step away from the account and give it away to her good friend Isaiah. Yeah, that was the original plan. And clearly, even towards like late August, he was still sticking to this lie. Isaiah, from the Emo Black Thought account, was claiming to be just managing the personal Isaiah Hickland account. Okay, Emo Black Thought was telling people that, quote unquote, she was simply grooming Isaiah to, take on the account. Obviously, now we know that that is not true. And any Nicole, quote unquote, account that comes up saying that the real story is yada yada yada, it's fake. Okay, at this point, I've seen 4 fake Nicole accounts already. Okay, none of them are real. All of them have been exposed at this point. So if someone does come out and say they're Nicole, please, they are not Nicole. And especially if they start asking for money, they are not Nicole, okay? Nicole was always fake. Now, I completely understand why people would, stick to the whole idea of Nicole. It's very, very scary to think, to know that you were talking to someone who was lying to you the entire time, that you were sharing personal information with someone who you wouldn't have shared that info with if you had known who they really were. That's very scary. So I completely get why people are just like, please be Nicole. Let there be some sort of Nicole out there that I was talking to and sharing my personal traumas with. Like, I get that. But the truth is, from all the evidence that I have been seeing, is that Nicole is not real. And this is out of Isaiah's mouth himself. He said that he made up Nicole, and I believe that. But let's just entertain that for a second. Let's say there is Nicole. That means that this girl abandoned her account, didn't tell anyone, didn't even tell her closest mutuals and closest online friends, left it to some man for months, a man that y'all did not know, and allowed him access to your personal group chats where I'm gonna get to it, but y'all were sharing very, very personal things. Okay, how is that any better? Like, okay, so if Nicole exists, she's a horrible person. Like, I don't see how that's like a better thing to believe. So let's get into why I think this whole thing is very nasty. I mean, it's also kind of funny when you think about it. It's like, it's very Gossip Girl, but it's also really nasty. And I'm glad the Emo Black Thought account was pretty much canceled immediately because it's all very gross. So, number one, like I mentioned before, they were group chats where people were sharing their personal information. Emo Black Thought also got regular DMs from non-mutuals, just like regular followers who pretty much were using the account as like a virtual therapist. But these group chats were full of mutuals, and y'all, things were being shared, okay? Not only just like very, very personal traumas and things that they felt that only someone who was a Black woman could relate to, but also, here's like the real nasty part, a lot of these women were sharing their nudes in the group chat. And before y'all go like, oh my God, why would you do that? There are some girls out there that, in order to gas each other up, they'll like send their nudes out and be like, I was feeling cute today. Like, what y'all think? I mean, personally, I don't do that, but like, I can see why people would if they think that they can trust this person, if they think that they've known this person for years. So I get it. But yeah, there were group chats where people were sharing their nudes, and this man was in there the entire time, and apparently he was catfishing with someone else's nudes. Like, you kind of have to laugh at some point. Like, what? Was it that serious? Yeah, so this man was really just in these nudes group chats pretending to be a woman. That's crazy. But second reason why this whole thing is foul, just rank, is the fact that he was accepting money under the guise that he was just this queer black woman who was really down on her luck or whatever. There was also, and this might be true because men can get sexually assaulted, but my thing is, if you lied about so much else, like, why would this not be a lie too? Because he even lied about his astrological sign. Like, what? What was the point of that? So he also claimed to be like a sexual assault survivor as well. We don't know the facts on that, but like I said, you lied about your skin tone, you lied about your star sign, you lied about wearing glasses, you lied about having periods, you lied about all this. Why would that not be another lie? So people were donating thinking that they were this type of person. They probably would not have donated to him otherwise, okay? So that's a scam. And third thing, the whole purpose of this reveal was not because he realized what he was doing was wrong. No, he claims to that is what the reason was in a Notes app apology, which Emo Black Thought was always very against Notes app apologies, but now here we are doing that yourself. How funny. He was claiming that he just felt so much guilt, but that was not what he said in the Paper Mac interview. That is not what he said in his YouTube video. That is not what he said anywhere else. He made it very clear in his YouTube video that the reason for this was because he wanted to make a brand for himself. He realized how profitable the whole emo black thought thing was and wanted to, put a face to that. He wanted recognition. He wanted credit. He wanted to get his horrible music out there. He wanted to, because he's a DJ. Like, okay, whatever. Did I see something about an acting career in there? He's talking about hiring a manager. Like, sir, he really thought that his whole life was going to turn around. He thought this was going to jumpstart his career. The exact opposite happened. Whew. So it's like years of lying, and you only decide to tell the truth when you realize that you can personally make some money off of it. Okay. Fourth reason I find this nasty is the fact that I'm afraid that this is going to start some major discourse around trans people, bi people, etc., etc. Like, I've already seen some of it. I've already seen some of the discourse. And it's like, really? In 2019? Like, why are we having these conversations about like down low men in 2019? Like, what's going on? I feel like this is just going to start a lot of outdated discourse, and I'm not here for it at all. I mean, I guess in the end, the question is why lie? Why? And he did lie. Some people think that it was more of a lie of omission. People who haven't been following him for as long. It was not a lie of omission, okay? First of all, there were she, her pronouns in the account bio for the longest time, okay? There was that. And he called himself a black girl multiple times, okay? And he has updated on his period. What? Oh, huh? Like I said, like, it's not like he's like a trans guy. He's cis. He is a cisgender male. Talking about diva cups. Like, diva cups? Huh? Methods to relieve cramps? Huh? Like, one has to laugh. He was really doing research on these things to keep up with the lie. He was talking about going to the hair salon, like going to the beauty supply store. Like, it makes no sense, love. It makes absolutely no sense why he would be so thorough about it. And we already know about the The catfish photos, like, and not just like the nudes ones. Apparently, some people are claiming to have seen other catfish photos. Like, I mean, I don't know. Some people might just be saying things just to say them, but I believe that he was really out here using pictures of other people. And it's not like no one knew about this. Okay, some of his mutuals did know. They will be on here on Twitter talking about how they didn't know, how they just found out, how they're just as surprised as you are. No, a lot of them knew. There are screenshots. I am not going to post them because I don't want anyone on my ass, but there are screenshots of certain accounts being in people's DMs telling them to delete evidence that Black Thought was a man, and this was stuff that was happening like a month ago. And not just mutuals. Okay, remember all those celebrities I mentioned before? Okay, not all of them. I'm not saying all of them knew. I'm not saying all of them are involved. But there are some that did know. Kaylani admitted to knowing, not a super long time, but definitely longer than us, okay? And according to her, she was the one that encouraged him to reveal his real identity or whatever. So she knew. Lil Nas X 100% knew, okay? He probably knew from the very beginning because he and Isaiah were friends. People think they're dating. I'm just like, like, okay. People said they saw Lil Nas X tweeting heart emojis under Black Thought's um reveal tweets, and then he deleted them and just liked the tweets. Like, there's even a theory that Lil Nas X was coaching um Black Thought into sort of having the same level of reveal like he did when he was like, yeah, I was Nas Mirage. Like, what if he was like the orchestrator of this whole You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not saying anything. Please don't sue me, anybody. I'm not gonna go there anymore. Moving on. Stream 7 EP, like, moving on. Some say Ariana Grande might have known because she I think is currently following Isaiah's personal account. Like, we don't know how many people were involved, but I'm sure it's not everyone, I'm sure it's not every celebrity he interacted with. So I wouldn't be super nervous about that. But let's just go over what we learned here today, children. Well, I think the main moral of the story is you can't trust everyone online. And that's a very like stranger dangery message, but it's true, okay? I know y'all be giving out your whole social security number on the internet these days, but it is true, okay? Do not trust every single person to the point where you are sharing really personal things with them when you have not seen their face. And this isn't me trying to victim blame the people who accidentally sent this guy nudes, because they did think they knew this person for years. They were sent pictures of a face. So this is more so for the people who were following Emo Black Thought and were telling him their very gendered traumas and their very gendered um, situations of being a black woman or being any woman of color. And they were talking to him about these things, thinking that he could relate to it. Like, next time, I would just suggest going to someone who is really a woman. So that goes into my next lesson. Be yourself. Do not lie about who you are on the internet. That shouldn't be hard. I feel like it takes a lot of effort to lie. You see how much research this man had to do to find out all these things about periods and vitamins to take to relieve cramps and stuff like that. You see how much research he had to do? It's a lot easier to just be yourself. It really is. And this goes for the race fakers too. Okay, I know that seems random, but this situation is nothing compared to the stuff that went on Tumblr back in like 2015, 2016. Okay, I felt like people were being outed as race fakers at least once a month back on Tumblr back then. So this is nothing new for me. Like, I had even interacted with someone who was out here claiming that they were a Muslim sex trafficking victim. I shouldn't have believed it, I know. But in reality, they were a rich white girl like from America. So just don't believe everyone. Don't believe everything you see. Everything is not what it seems, okay? So, but that being said, do not use this as an opportunity to go after all your favorite accounts and begging them to do a face reveal if they haven't already, and accusing them of catfishing if they don't. Do not do that, okay? There are real legitimate reasons why people would not want to have their face out there. People on the internet are weird. People will save your picture and do all sorts of stuff with it, okay? And some of us are ugly. Like, some people are just ugly, okay? And they just don't want their face out there. So there are reasons. Just don't harass people, okay? So, yeah, that's all I have to say on the situation. Hopefully, that's it. Hopefully, there aren't any new revelations. I really hope there aren't. This has been very prime time television, though, and I expect this level of drama from YouTube, from Instagram, never Twitter. So, it's been a time. It's been a time. So, thank you for watching and have a lovely day.